I'm gonna take the grime out today. I wanted to. This thing's starting to get fucking cobwebs on it. Don't worry, it still runs though. See? Fucking fires right up. But the wife took the baby to this pumpkin patch thing, and I want to go. She wants me to go say hi. I want to go say hi. It seems like a thing to do, a family thing, and I should go do that. Only problem is I have no fucking clue where this place is at. I kind of do, but not really. So we're off to the pumpkin patch. Woo! What is a pumpkin patch? You just buy pumpkins there? But my wife, though, like, you know, I love her and all, but, you know, you already have somebody. It's like, we got these fucking smart-ass phones, and then you sit there and you have that person, and you can call them, text them. It's just like, nope, they're just not gonna fucking see your text or call for, like, a good hour or two. It's like her phone is, like, somehow in her purse, constantly on vibrate only or something weird, and it's just like, yeah, good luck. I knew people with pagers that were harder to get a hold of back in the day. No, wait, other way around. She's harder to get a hold of people that were hard to get a hold of on page. I'll just stop. It is windy. Come on. While it's gloomy, let's talk about some gloomy ass shit. Happy old motovlogging topic. Motovlogging is fucking dead. Did you know that? Well, it is. We seem to be in a lull right now, and more than just the normal depression that happens to motovlogging every winter. How did motovlogging just dry up all of a sudden? I look at the stats on my own channel right now. For as many subscribers I have, it's fucking bad, dude. You know, at first I thought it was just me. I thought, man, I suck ass. I just, you know, I'm dried up. I've been doing this for 5 years of doing this shit. Everyone's fucking seen it all. But you do a little looking around, you do a little social blade research, and you see, no, you're not the only one, man. It's kind of across the board. This guy's got the very worried look on his face. He looks very worried. He's a worried man. Just as a real quick recap of what I've been doing since I've been on here, I've been doing this motovlogging thing for 5 fucking years. Now, when I started doing this, there wasn't a lot of big channels. There was only really one guy who was doing it full time, and it was because it was M13, the guy who fucking invented the thing. It was because he was living in Taiwan, where the American dollar is worth a lot more. And in the good old days, you just did it because you wanted to do it. There was no prospects of ever doing this full time. That was not going to happen. You monetized it because it was like, hey man, I can, you know, maybe every once in a while I can pay for a tire, you know, put a new chain on my bike, you know. Maybe. So I came on scene, screaming, yelling, and my channel blew up faster than any other channel had, and people fucking loved me and hated me, man. People would make videos about how you could just be like an American, roll around, do wheelies everywhere. There's a lot of British people that did not like me when I started doing this, man. There was a lot of indirect videos made about me that were definitely about me, but people were too scared to say my name. It was interesting. If you weren't there back then, you missed a very interesting time. You could have been Team Jake, and it meant that the people that were my subscribers were hard as fuck my subscribers. You know what I'm saying? They'd go to fucking battle for me, man. I would say it was like maybe 2015 or something when we had kind of like the biggest growth that we've ever seen in motovlogging. You had so many channels blow up out of nowhere. That was the year a lot of people just shot up. I remember so many people telling me that. They're like, dude, it took Jake like 3 years to get to like, you know, 100,000 subscribers, and I did it in 1 year. Imagine what my channel will be like next year, which was always a terrible benchmark because motovlogging wasn't that big. We helped make it. I'm one of the people that made it big enough where you can make a living. You're welcome. Everything was on this massive growth that year. 2016, and things go the other way. There's some pumpkins. That doesn't look like that's just a garden thing, right? Holy shit, Backroad Moto. A couple things that have come to my attention that may be to blame for that. One of them is I've heard this time and time again, is that YouTube has sort of changed its analytic things. YouTube, you know, obviously there's these analytics, right, that YouTube's got. And that's going to control how your videos get searched, how they get found, blah, 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 to do when you type some shit in or when you're on the web, what pops up, right? And they don't tell these things to you publicly because, well, then everyone will just abuse the system. So you just have to sort of guess. And I think people kind of catch on to how they work slowly and surely, so they sort of change them up every once in a while, but they also change them up to do things which kind of suck, which is apparently that they change them up to really just prefer the biggest channels on YouTube. When you search for something, when the suggested videos pop up, all these things basically say, if you're not one of the top people on YouTube, we're not going to prefer you anymore. Oh shit, that's going to be a pumpkin patch. Look. Oh, hell yeah, we're going in here. Pumpkinville. Oh, this has got to be it. All right, we'll go in here in just a second. I want to cruise around a little more and talk to you about my depressing life. A nice neighborhood. I probably could never afford a home over here. Not doing motovlogging, that's for sure. God, kill me. One of the big things I like to do when I watch videos on YouTube, I like to go to the home page, or you just click home, and it gives you all these suggestions for you. It looks at the shit you like to watch on YouTube. It looks at what you enjoy, and kind of goes, okay, here's some stuff for you. Now, I look at a lot of weird, bizarre stuff that's not super mainstream, you know, like engineering shit, like nothing. I realize what I'm setting myself up for. Like a lot of weird engineering shit, just fucking things that are not normal, I guess. Not, you know, I'm not looking at the fucking new Justin Bieber music video, even though his new music's actually been kind of good. That meant I would see a lot of smaller channels in my suggestions. Like almost 90% of the shit that would come up in my suggestions would be smaller shit. Now let's go exploring in the woods. And I remember at the same time people started telling me that this YouTube is preferring smaller or bigger channels thing now. It's the same time I noticed it's like an overnight switch almost of the shit that I would look at online, going from mostly the small channels suddenly being a lot of big time channels, which, you know, like I would get like the sort of science big ones like Vsauce and Smart Everyday, channels that I do like watching, channels I'm subscribed to and shit, but it was like, oh, that's interesting, so I'm not gonna get all those anymore. And at the same exact time, I can also go to that time and I can see that I can look at my own analytics and see a massive drop in both suggested videos and related videos on how people find my content. That, to me, pretty much just verifies it, okay? And that's a big drop in general. That's a big place I've noticed. I don't see as many people watching my channel anymore under suggested videos and featured. Almost never now. It's become one of the lower percentages on how I get views on my channel, where it used to be one of the top ways that people would find my videos. And that sucks. There's really not much you can do about that. If YouTube's decided they want to change things up and make it so that the biggest channels are the ones that pop up more now, I mean, they're a business, man. If they think that's what is, you know, smart for them to do business-wise, that's what they're going to do. I mean, you know, look what we do, like, especially in American television, if we have something that works, like a television show, we run that bitch to death, where by the time it gets to the end, you know, it's got a terrible ending because it's gone on for way too many seasons. Nobody knows how to fucking end it, and it's all just fucking garbage horse shit, right? But that's what we do. We fucking get something that's good and we burn it out to death. And I think that's like what YouTube is basically playing the same story. They're like, oh, you know, like people like fucking Ratchet and Link or whatever. I do like those guys, by the way, but it's like, we're gonna make sure that you only see them all the time, always. Fortunately, in motovlogging, we're just not big enough. That's gonna hurt motovlogging in general. I think that's a big to-do to blame with things not being seen as well. Another one that sucks and really hurts me a lot is that YouTube has now made it almost kind of like that Facebook thing, where if you don't post all the time, if you're not real vigilant, or if you ignore somebody a lot of times, if you're not really into certain people's posts, it doesn't just show you your straight news feed. You know what I'm saying? When you go to news feed on Facebook, you're seeing like what Facebook thinks you want to see out of your news feed. They're like filtering your news feed. YouTube has been doing the same thing now. They've been doing this for a little while too, and it really hurts like a guy like me. I'm a full-time, you know, it's like stay-at-home dad, as well as I'm trying to do YouTube, which is, you know, become my full-time job. By the way, I never meant for that to happen. That was a whole kind of story in its own. Let's say I miss a few days that I would normally post, and like I only get one video out a week. And that's already hurt me if you think financially, because fuck, I'm not getting good views out because I've been missing a bunch of videos. Will you do that, plus on top of that decide that you're gonna now just not put my video out there, YouTube, like you used to? That's just fucking terrific. I think as a final factor though that's really hurting motovlogging is, and I hate to use this term and say it like this because that's like I'm basically telling everyone their videos are shit, but there is a lot of cancer, motovlogging cancer out there right now, and I mean a lot. I think first of all, it's kind of come to be just through a system of necessity that there's so many people out there doing these videos now. I mean, let's be realistic, there's a fucking new motovlogger about every 5 minutes on YouTube. And that means there's a lot of people out there to watch. Thumbnails have just gotten like hilariously over the top. And I know you're probably thinking, yeah, but Jake, you do crazy over the top thumbnails, and I do them, yes, but only it's like I'm trying to make fun of it. I'm trying to make them so over the top that you will literally look at the thumbnail and just laugh and know that it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I hope you realize. I think sometimes, though, this just right over people's heads. They don't get it. And I get the, fuck you, Jake, and your fucking, you know, your garbage thumbnails. Like, people get really mad at you about it, and you're just sitting there going, no, that's the point. Like, I'm trying to be silly. But people get burnt out on that, you know what I'm saying? Like, even, it sucks because it's like everyone cries wolf so much that when you actually have, you know, a really good thumbnail, people won't even fucking like, they won't even, how many times lately do I get accused of having, you know, thumbnail shit when my thumbnail is actually a legit thumbnail from the video, and what happens is, you know, it's realistic, it's good, and it's like people are just assume it's fucking clickbait. I think they click on the video and immediately fucking leave a shit comment thinking that it's a fake thumbnail. It's like, no, watch my videos are fucking actually have crazy ass cool shit in it. I don't have to completely just fake everything in my videos. I don't ride a sport bike going, you know, 40 miles an hour down the street everywhere, boring as fuck. I do interesting things. So it's gonna be interesting things. Sorry, that's kind of it's got a little personal there. There's a lot of fake road rage shit. That gets to me. There's been a lot of just fakery bullshit in general. People are just super fake in general too. You've noticed a lot of that. But I think that like fake road rage shit that people do is insane. And I mean, yes, they're technically like getting into a real argument with somebody, but I don't know. I know a lot of you guys don't ride yet. You watch these videos and maybe you're fooled by these videos easily, but when you watch somebody who has a road rage incident, basically every time they go out, they're one, either just a really pissed off asshole that needs to fucking chill the fuck out, or two, they're inciting them. It's so easy to ride around and incite a road rage incident. Every time you go and ride your motorcycle, let me tell you this if you didn't know, when you go out and ride your motorcycle, shit's gonna happen. Someone's gonna cut you off. Someone's gonna fucking cut over into you. They're gonna fuck you. You know, a big part of being a good motorcyclist is being a defensive rider and learning that shit. If you want to survive, like I've been riding for fucking what 12 years now on the street. People are faking road rage instances like crazy now. I can't. I had to literally just unsub from a shit ton of people. In fact, if that's something I would almost suggest for a lot of you guys to do. I know that sounds like I'm trying to promote my own self in that, like saying don't watch other people, watch me. But dude, if you don't watch me, then fucking unsub. You don't have to be sub to me if you're not watching either. I just know that myself personally, dude, I had so many channels that I wasn't watching anymore because of this shit, man. Because I was like, look, you make some good content here and there, but you've gone to this fucking pure horse shittery of fucking making garbage videos. I gotta fucking leave, bro. Like, I'm fucking done. You know, obviously we can't do shit about Google Analytics sort of changing its ways. We just have to kind of strive to be our best in our own community. And I fucking love this job, right? I mean, who wouldn't? How cool is it that I get to ride around and make fucking motovlogs as my fucking job? Don't see my family here. Oh, they left. Now it's some restaurant down the road that I'm supposed to go to. It gives me this great lifestyle, being able to spend time with my kid, work from the house. It was a slow grind, man. It wasn't, this community didn't exist big enough to support this when I started. And now it does. And you can tell me I'm being cocky all you want, but I'm somewhat to blame for that. I'm a big contributing part of why it's that way. And now to watch it almost start slipping from me, you know what I'm saying? Like, my paychecks have not been stellar, and we're about to go into an even slower time of year. And when I look at particularly how my videos, just the last few and lately have been doing, it's like, holy shit. Views on my last videos have been so fucking terrible. And you might say, yeah, Jake, it's because you suck. I miss the old Jake. People love saying that. Let me tell you something. Go back and actually really watch some of the old videos and tell me, I didn't understand so many things about actually making videos, cinematics, fucking telling a story through the video. I could go on and on. Dude, you've watched me grow if you've been here for a long time. And not to mention, I'm a different person in general. It was 5 fucking years ago. I'm not going to be the exact same person. I've grown as a person. I'm not going to be that same guy. But here's the greatest part. You guys will say that shit to me like, oh, just, you know, bring back the old Jake or something. I know there'll be comments about that. If you go and look at my last videos, I guess you can't see this. I can see this analytically. You might be able to see this, I guess, if you try really hard. But even though the videos are getting less and less views, the amount of comments and likes on many cases have actually increased, which is crazy. It means the percentage of comments and stuff is way the fuck better than it used to be. The percentage of likes is way better. The shares are way up. Everything is better on a percentage scale. Let me verify that. By the number of people who have actually come to the video, way more people are liking it. And even furthermore, what I've been able to see is audience retention is up almost 20% since this shit has started. 20%, man. That means people are sticking around that much more to watch the videos. People are enjoying the videos that much more. It means that all this fucking hard effort I put into it to try to improve my channel and make it better, I am. Like, on paper, yes, I'm making the videos better. I've had numerous comments and people tell me how over the last year my videos have gotten so much more better to watch, so much more entertaining. It makes it that much more disheartening when you put a lot of work into a video and you see a channel of my size barely blow out 20-30,000 views in a day on a brand new video. You might be going, oh, you shouldn't be fucking, complaining. But no, you understand, this is how I've made my living. This is like, it's insane because it used to be almost impossible for a video not to go over 50-60,000 views in day one. We've gone downhill. It's like imagining having a job you worked really hard at for years and slowly being told, instead of getting a raise, we're gonna decrease your pay this year. I don't know down the road if I'll be able to continue doing this as a job in the future. It's not like Jake's sad and doesn't think he's going to continue YouTube because of some whatever reason. It's a financial thing. I don't know. And the thing is, if I do this and it's not my main job, yeah, I would still do it, but it's going to become a very once in a while thing. It's just going to have to be. Obviously, there was a time I did this full time while working a full-time job, but I wasn't a father back then. I didn't have a child. I didn't have a family, and that adds a whole nother element to things. I don't know how I'm going to balance being a stay-at-home dad, so I don't think I'll be able to. I think I'm going to have to go full commit, get a very serious full-time job if this doesn't work out right, and I'm going to have to, be able to pay daycare, which is so, true daycare is so expensive. Right now, my baby goes to some home daycare. It's a very different story. I'm not looking for, a pity party or anything like that. I'm not doing this to, I feel like a lot of people make videos saying, this might be the end of me on YouTube, just as, either wanting some kind of pity party, some kind of ego boost for themselves because they know people will fucking suck them off, or they do it because I think they think it's gonna scare people into watching more or something. No, look, we're loyal subscribers. See, we're watching more now. You can't ask people to watch your channel more. They just have to watch your channel more because they want to. If I'm not showing up in people's news feeds, that's not people's fault. That's YouTube's fault. If people are fucking burnt out on motovlogging, that's Motovlogging's fault, which I guess I'm a part of, so I have to take some blame for that too. I don't know what I'm going to do going on from here, guys. I don't know. Hey, if things don't start switching directions, I'm going to be starting to look into make a future plan that's not going to be involving making regular videos on this website anymore. And that's just straight up, that's the truth, man. That's me just having a real conversation. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. I don't want a pity party. It's me having a very real adult conversation that Jake has got a family. Jake has to be a responsible person and has to do what's best for everybody. It makes me feel like a fucking loser sometimes, I wish I was better at this. I wish I knew how to make better videos that people wanted to watch. I wish I knew how to push merchandise better. For fuck's sakes, 6'4" Honda apparently bought a fucking house with the money he's made from Back the Fuck Up hoodies. And all I can say to that is man, why couldn't I have done something because what a great thing if you have a family to be able to go, look, here's a home we can live in. You don't have to worry. That's a fucking paid for house. You've just set your future up so well for you and your family. And I've, made a few $1,000s over the years off shirts. The best I ever did was when I gave away fucking half of the money in prizes one time. That was the only way I could get people to buy a shirt, is I was like, hey, 1 out of 100 of you, I'll give you a fucking GoPro or an Xbox or whatever you want, $500. I don't know, I guess I just don't have that appeal to people. I'm not going to turn my channel into a fucking vlog channel, too. I swear to God, dude, those are the fakest fucking channels. Look, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to talk shit, but those are literally the worst shit fucking channels on YouTube. Not to mention, the true day-to-day life to somebody who's actually a parent is not that exciting, trust me. But who knows, maybe I will do radically wild different things with the channel, just as, as a fuck it, because the channel's not working out anyway kind of thing. I basically want to go on more adventure type things. Of course, that requires me to be able to take time off and have the money to go do things like that, which I don't. So, I do, but yeah, as we've said before, you need to save your money. If you're a motovlogger whose channel is doing well right now, and you're considering going full time, hold off for a little while. See if this shit's going to get better or worse, or just really be in that situation where you're making way too much money. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, dude, don't do this as a job. Well, I'm going to go eat some dinner with the family, and I'm not going to film it because that's what's real to me. That's what's important. And, you know, yeah, keep it real, yo. All right, guys. Bye-bye.